because we have big potential news regarding trade between the U.S., China, Europe, and TikTok. So what's going on there?
Everything just broke just within the last hour. We can pull up what President Trump has said on social media and then follow that up with what the Treasury Secretary has just said in Spain. This is what the president said again within the last hour. The big trade meeting in Europe between the United States of America and China has gone very well. It will be concluding shortly. A deal was also reached on a certain company that young people in our country very much wanted to save. They will be very happy. I'll be speaking to President Xi Jinping on Friday. The relationship remains a very strong one, signed by the president, posted just after 8 o'clock this morning, about 45 minutes or so ago. A little bit mysterious, that middle section there, but if you've been following the world of China, the U.S., trade talks, you know exactly what we're talking about, and that's TikTok. Wednesday was expected to be a crucial deadline for the app to possibly be banned in the United States unless the president wanted to delay it once more. Just within the last few moments, the Treasury Secretary, who's been leading these negotiations in Madrid, Spain, with China, says a framework has been reached to allow TikTok to remain active in the United States. So this is a big deal, especially for young people in this country. I know there's somebody streaming us right now with their phone in their hand, scrolling on TikTok. That app was set to possibly be shut down on Wednesday, and now it looks like at least a framework, according to the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, has been reached between China and the United States. What that looks like, we still don't have a clear picture here, but one would have to suspect that it would involve ByteDance divesting it in some capacity, perhaps to a U.S. company. We'll wait more on these details and more from what will be a big deal on Friday when the President of the United States speaks with Xi Jinping of China. It's going to be a big week when it comes to trade, the economy, foreign policy deals just like this one. The President heads to the United Kingdom for a state banquet, state dinner by the King and Queen. He'll be meeting with the Prime Minister, European leaders throughout the week. He'll head there tomorrow. But on this Monday, big news, Holly, involving trade and TikTok and China. It looks like that app, Holly, isn't going to be shut down anytime soon.
Thank goodness, because if I couldn't see people who grew up in the 80s teaching young people how to do dances from the 90s, I don't know what I would do, right?
Look, I learned to cook through TikTok, so I'm learning some cooking skills through that app. Ain't going anywhere.
Good. That's good to know. I'll be at your house at dinner at about like 6. Scripps News Deputy Political Director Joe St. George for us. Thanks, Joe.